Facebook, citing societal concerns, plans to shut down its facial recognition system. Yes, it was the automatic tagging program that no one wanted, and they turned on without your permission or without consulting you. And now, just as suddenly, it's gone. Many people were shocked by this decision of Facebook, especially that they're claiming they're going to actually delete their face archive. But wait, maybe it's just Facebook that's stopping the use of facial recognition technology. It's Meta that will continue the use of facial recognition technology. So let's go to smiling Adam Meister about the latest one step forward, two steps back from Facebook on facial recognition technology.
Yeah, it's just temporary. People thought they came up with the Meta name to distract from all the bad media attention they've been getting. They did this to distract from all the bad media attention they've been getting. Okay, yeah, they'll get rid of the facial recognition for a while, and it will come back. It actually, guys, Facebook is free. You volunteer to put all your information on there. Who cares if they have facial recognition? I mean, if you don't like it, then don't be on Facebook anymore, okay? They didn't have to do this. They're a private company. I have no problem with them doing their facial recognition thing. It was very strange when I would put up a picture. I'm not a big fan of it. I put up family pictures and stuff. When I put up a picture of my mom from like 1960 something, and it knew it was my freaking mom in 2014, it was pretty amazing. It's pretty interesting. And Thomas, your bigger point is also all sorts of governments use this to freaking spy on us. Okay, so if you opt in to a website that is, recognizing your mom from 1962, that's a you problem. Okay, that's you. You don't have to do it. If you're so concerned about a private company, if they have it, if they don't have it, they don't use it. What we should be concerned about is the ways that governments are using it, how they're keeping track of us. Every little move that we make, we're walking around downtown. They could say you were here, there, the other. I mean, again, Facebook is a very innovative company, and I have no problem with them having it. They will have it again. It wouldn't surprise me if all of this is just a game of words also, that maybe Meta will continue to have it and the Facebook subsidiary won't have it. I mean, they're giving into the mob right now. It's public relations, clearly. A clear move, but it won't last. They will come back to it. It can be used in cool ways for private companies. I think we can all admit that. I mean, the cool thing, technology is awesome, but something that you don't opt into, like the government doing it, that's something we should be concerned about when it comes to facial recognition. But it's a boogeyman. It's a boogeyman. They're using it to deflect from the bad publicity that they're getting. They think this is good publicity. Look, we're giving in to the mob. We're being a good citizen for a company. So that's my take on it.
And while it was creepy, in many ways, this was one of the core and useful features of their product. Like Adam's saying, if you put up a picture of a bunch of your friends, it tags them all. Now your friends know they're in the picture. That's kind of a positive thing. The government stuff's a little more creepy. The Facebook stuff's creepy if they start using it against you and such. But it does seem like a core part of their original product. I agree. I think Meta is just going to run right over this, do whatever they want. But it's nice to celebrate a small victory every once in a while. Josh Shigala, your thoughts on Facebook turning off facial recognition for now?
Yeah, it's a really, really fascinating conundrum. Look, God, what I liked about Facebook doing it, it was getting in people's faces. It was letting people understand how powerful this technology is, and making people aware of it. The thing is, Facebook turning this off doesn't mean the technology goes away. These cameras are everywhere, and COVID as a thing. This pandemic is really allowing power grabs, whatever side of the fence you're on. If you're on the, for COVID, against it, we all can agree that governments can take advantage of this moment. And we have stories coming out of Russia, out of many countries saying, we want to take all camera feeds from shopping centers and shopping malls and put them all into feed them all into a central database to scan for faces and issue fines for anyone not putting the mask directly over their mouth. And for the mask situation, they're getting very, very good at determining just the eyes for facial recognition. So the technology is extraordinary. It is one of the technologies that really allow someone like George Orwell to turn in his grave. It allows a state apparatus or a mafia or anybody that's in control that uses violence to control people to do it at an extraordinarily cheap way for anybody that might disagree with them. And so by Facebook actually putting it in your face and having it on a small consumer app, people can be aware, because there's been technology like for years, for instance, Alex Jones was saying, they're spying on everybody. They're spying on everybody. It's going to these huge things inside these doors, and they're filtering the internet and stuff. And it wasn't until Snowden came out and said, they're spying on everyone. Everyone's like, oh, like because when what I'm saying is that if you take the technology away and people don't understand that what the capabilities of it are, they might not believe you when you say it can be used, like they can track your walking, your stride. They can tell who you are by the way you walk and stuff like that. So, and then they go, you're crazy. But really, if they have that Facebook and they go, wow, it determined my grandma from a picture when she was 13, black and white, that's amazing. So the fact of the matter is this technology isn't going away. We need to determine how to live with it in the future. There needs to be the idea of the field of philosophy is a really important field at this moment, because we need to, as a society, think about how we're going to deal with this and deep fakes and such. It's a really important, interesting conundrum for society, and rather than thinking about, are we in a dream within a dream, philosophers should actually think about this, and because these are important questions.
Dan, Eve.
Well, it's funny because I was going through with the Google app today. I was trying to find a picture of myself using a facial recognition thing, so I had to send it off somewhere. And whilst I was there looking for a picture, it said, can you confirm these other pictures? And it was all that outlier cases that the last time I must have gone through this, confirm process, I would have picked off the most obvious ones. But the latest ones were like, I was looking at some of the pictures and I was like, where the hell is my face? And no shit, there was literally, like, in one of them, it was like a picture of like my driver's license leaned up against the wall in the background and the square. And I was like, how the hell, so I wasn't even in this picture. It was just a picture of like my room and it managed to detect my face, like, that small. It's absolutely incredible. Now I was kind of going a different way with this is if you opt into these things, then, then it's okay, right? If you opt into having, and that your data is going to be shared about, then, you can have the choice to, right? Some people don't want their data, some people do. And what I thought was quite a cool concept a few years ago was like, if you could put, maybe not on all of your albums, but you could like tick a box which says something like, I agree that if someone is registered on whatever this app is and my face is their face is in the background, then that person can see that picture as well. So like I could go on there and all the people that have consented, and I could see myself, maybe after a few bevies at Glastonbury doing something crazy in the background of someone's photo. And I think that would be quite cool. But obviously, from a data protection perspective, like it's a massive can of worms. And like any technology, it's open to abuse. Bitcoin, amazing technology, open to abuse, not Bitcoin itself, but people trying to scam, etc. Any new technology gives people the ability to try and abuse it in some way. So whilst it's really like, it's been quite cool and useful in the past to kind of be tagged up and see, oh yeah, I remember that day, when I was out at so and so. It's also very dangerous, and we're, as Josh said, we're realizing it more and more with all the sort of restrictions, like the Hong Kong thing, with the cool like the IR blockers and stuff like that, to all the scanner blockers on people's faces. So we're seeing more and more ways that facial recognition can be abused, and it's only going to get more intrusive and more crazy, and we've got to protect our data in some way. And it doesn't sound like Facebook is giving up the game completely. I think it's just basically being shipped over to Metaverse, or whatever it is, Meta. So they're kind of doing it as a bit of a show thing to say we're not data abusers, probably to mask the recent whistleblower or whatever, and try and take some attention away from that, while still actually using the facial recognition service in Meta. So it's news but not news.